Hi, I'm Dakin Matthews, and this is Sheltering with Shakespeare. Today I'm going to talk about one of the greatest challenges in speaking Shakespearean verse, and it will take a little time to do, 2 sessions, in fact, at least. It's untangling the relationship among rhythm, meter, and beat. Now, this session today will deal primarily with rhythm and meter. In an earlier session, I tried to explain exactly what my take was on rhythm and meter and how it was the interplay between them that created the great poetry of Shakespearean verse. Essentially, rhythm is natural and is derived from meaning. It's the more or less regular rise and fall of stressed syllables in an extended piece of human speech. Prose has rhythm as well as verse, as does conversation, because English is a language that depends on accurate stressing to make sense, and because it seems to be natural for humans to pattern their speech. But because rhythm is only more or less regular, we don't speak of it as having a beat. Meter is something quite different. It is artificial and very regular. It is the rise and fall of stressed and unstressed sounds used by the poet to construct his verse. It's the template against which one can measure the rhythmical regularity of any particular line of verse. And because meter is regular and repeated, we do speak of it as having a beat. So meter means measure. It has nothing to do with meaning. Da-dum, 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 da-dum has no meaning, but it does have meter, namely iambic pentameter. And because it's regular and repeated, it does have a beat. Now, the poet creates verses by fitting the rhythm of his speech to the meter of the template. In a previous section, I tried to show that there were essentially 2 approaches to doing this job of fitting rhythm to meter, sort of from the 2 ends of the continuum. One is to make the rhythm fit perfectly to the meter, so that every line of the poem is simultaneously a perfect example of the template. Every line fits the paradigm. The other way is not to make the rhythm of every line fit perfectly to the meter, but to allow there to be tensions between rhythm and meter, which I called an interplay. And this second method was in fact adopted by almost all the great Renaissance poets, especially by the dramatic poets, because it more accurately captured the real variety of human speech. This tension was accomplished by the careful use of variations in, deviations from, and outright violations of the meter by the rhythm of the speech. And those departures from regularity are created simultaneously by the sense of the speech and by the particular speech sounds that the poet uses. Now, let me give you 2 examples of pretty extreme departures, extreme interplay, both of which create the same stunning poetic effect. They're 2 of my favorite lines. And amazingly enough, they use exactly the same technique. One is very early, one is quite late. One is from a sonnet, which I read in a previous session, called Sonnet 29, When in Disgrace with Fortune, etc. The 13th line reads, "For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings." If you said it iambically, it would be, "For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings." Now, it's my belief that nobody in his right mind or emotions would read it that way. In fact, Shakespeare makes it quite hard to read it iambically. The meaning and the sounds elicit a different rhythm. You can't not stress thy and love. You can't not stress brings. You probably should stress such. And sweet and wealth, though they fall on the odd syllables, are too important not to stress. I'm not saying they're all equal stresses, only that they are stressed. And simultaneously, they're very hard to say quickly. The long E of sweet, surrounded by double consonants on both ends, S, W, E, E, T, and the L of love. And wealth, even its short interior diphthong, is effectively lengthened by all the consonants and stops that surround it. C, H, W, E, A, L, T, H, B, R. So that the only naturally human way to say it is, for thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings. Ba-boom, boom, boom, ba-bum, ba-boom, boom, boom. Which is definitely not iambic. This exact melodic rhythm is also made possible by all the liquid consonants in the middle section, in remembered. You all remember liquid consonants, so called because of the ease with which English speech can flow through them. L, M, N, R. Lemon row is the mnemonic. And remembered wouldn't be strongly stressed anyway because it's old news. The poet already said he was thinking on the beloved. Thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings. Boom, 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 boom. Now listen to the second verse from The Tempest. 12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since. Same exact configuration, same necessary stresses for meaning, same exact use of long syllables and closing consonants on the outside phrases, same use of short vowels and liquid consonants in the interior section. Even an initial unstressed syllable, as in for thy sweet love, the for, is echoed in the accepted Renaissance pronunciation of 12 the first time through as 12. 12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since. It may be iambic pentameter, but you just can't say it iambically, and you shouldn't, because it's the interplay that creates that enchanting melody. Next time we ask the question, what does interplay like this do to the beat? Whatever that is. Till then, this is Dakin Matthews, sheltering with Shakespeare.